Welcome to Find You Fridays. I'm here in Uluru in the Northern Territory. Oh my gosh, what an absolutely phenomenal few days I have had already. I am so grateful. I had to have the official Cooper hat, apparently. I had been told. So it goes against my grain to wear a hat inside, but there we go. Here. So how are you all doing? I'm just going to jump over into the Facebook land and just get the little bits and bobs sorted over there while you guys come in and admire my hat. Well, not my hat, but admire the Cobra. There we go. Hopefully that works. I love it. Good old Facebook doing its Facebooky things. Alrighty. Okay, cool. And we jump over here. Good to know I am live from the Northern Territory. Hi, Tamara. I'm glad you like the hat. Oh, Facebook doing its Facebook things. Okay. That and that. Alrighty, cool. Done. Thank you, Tom. Hi, Edwina. Hello, darling. So we've done the best with what we've got around us to create an environment that you guys are familiar with. I think we did all right. Got this really cool, funky lamp behind me. Isn't that just funky cool? So lovely. Rainbow, not rainbow, what are they called? Dream catchers. Okay. Feel like it's stopping the vibes. Here we go. Hope you're happy. Alright. Alrighty. Well, we've got a busy night ahead. We've got some really beautiful I don't look like a tourist at all now. Well, that's good. Oh dear. I'm sure my lovely host would have preferred me to keep the hat on. Hi, Melinda. You can keep your hat on, as they say. Let me, seeing as we've got such a busy evening, we'll best get onto these readings. Oh dear. No, it's been absolutely wonderful. I feel very relaxed. It normally takes me about 3 days to relax when I go on a proper holiday. And this time it's just been almost instant. I just feel so grateful. And what a way to end my 46th year on this beautiful planet. Of course, for those of you who don't know, my birthday is tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it. 47. That sounds really weird to my ears. I don't feel 47. Not at all. Not at all. So let me have a look at these readings. Okay, we're shuffling for the 12th through to the 18th of April. For the collective. Oh, you turned 47 in September. Nice. We've got a jumper, people. Oh, we've got a jumper. There we go. Apparently that's important. Hello, Rick. Oh, my Lord. Here's another one. And thank you. Going to be a very special day. Probably the best one yet is my guess. No pressure. Oh dear. Okie dokie. Now, because of my lighting is not quite as it is normally, you're going to have to just bear with me a little bit. Okay? So this is for the collective for this week to come. Now, of course, we've got this beautiful full moon happening tomorrow. And for those of you, so Saturday, I'm going to say Saturday. And I actually decided yesterday, I think it was, to go through and, because you know how all the moon stuff is in this northern hemisphere. So all the things about the northern hemisphere, and I was just like, but that's not really relevant to a lot of us here in the southern hemisphere. So obviously for the northern hemisphere, this is called the pink moon. It's not that it goes pink. It's actually named after the pink wildflowers that bloom in early spring. So that's why it's called the pink moon. Now, obviously, we here in Australia, New Zealand, and the southern hemisphere, we're going into autumn. So talking about it being the pink moon is not much fucking good for us. So I went through and I found out the appropriate thing for us. So in April, which is where we are now, that can be called the harvest moon, the blood moon, or the hunter's moon. And it is the equivalent of the northern hemisphere's October. And it is named for the hunting season that happens in October. So if we go over to my lovely book here and we jump over to October. Where are you? The hunter's moon. Here we go. So for us down here in the southern hemisphere, this is also known as the dying grass moon, the blood moon, or the sanguine moon. Feelings of uncertainty can force the attempted solution of problems faster than is normal. Aries is impetuous and impatient, and influence of this full moon can rock the boat of the more calm zodiac signs. Remember, Aries does not know how to do anything in a measured and controlled way. Now, remember that this is the hunter's moon for the northern hemisphere, October, but it's kind of relevant for us because even though they're talking about the full moon in Aries, we're actually in the sun sign of Aries. So it's still kind of relevant in a lot of ways, right? The influence of this full moon will make it tempting to rush everything as though there is an important deadline to meet at all costs. Try to slow down, make carefully measured decisions, and then do it at a pace that is normal and comfortable. So basically, the overall message is take it easy out there. You don't have to be rushing everywhere. And I think that's a very pertinent message for me right now, given where I am. Nothing happens fast out here, except for sometimes things do. And then it's like, oh, shit, that happened fast. It's like, wow, same day, shit, cool, all done. So let us have a look at this reading for this beautiful week ahead. And, oh God. All right. So we've got the sacral chakra to start off with. And it says, let's see if I can read it better from this angle. There we go. So we've got it as you are highly sensitive to chemicals, additives, and processed foods and energies right now. Respect your sensitivities by avoiding harsh items, situations, and relationships. Okay. So, of course, the sacral chakra, we know where that is. That's the one that is, we go, the one by your belly. It's your belly stuff. It's your gut instinct, right? And so if your gut instinct is on fire at the moment, it's saying yes, this, or no, that, try to listen to it. It is part of your intuition, and it is trying very hard to talk to you all the time. So just be aware of that over this next week. Your sacral chakra is going to be sort of like kicking up a little bit. We've got the next card that we've got is Earth Angel. You are a light worker who has come to Earth to teach about love. Now this card, when it comes up, I'm just like, yeah. And often, and what I'm feeling with this card particularly today is for this week to come, I feel like there's actually going to be challenges with love. Some of these cards came out upside down. So I get that there'll be moments in your life potentially this week with your loved ones that might be a bit more challenging. Maybe there'll be some arguments or something coming up, some little bit of crinkles in the water, something like that. We'll go back to the sacral chakra and go, slow down. Slow down your roll. Don't be judgmental. Keep away from those harsh situations. And that includes the harsh situations in your head, right? So just slow it down. Remember why you love that person and practice that this week. Okay? All about practice, because whatever's pissing you off is what you have to work on. It's not about the other person, it's about you. Because the thing is, if it's not pissing you off, if you're neutral about it, it's nothing to work on, right? But if it is pissing you off, then Amanda, I don't know if I could take it any easier than I am at the moment. That is fabulous. I love it. I love it. We've got the third eye chakra. So we've got sacral and third eye. Interesting. It's safe for you to see the energy of love in all of its forms, such as angels, auras, and visions. So we're coming back to that love thing. And it's all about reminding you that it's okay and it's safe. Right? So whatever's going on in your world, if this is relevant to you or not, just remember to look for the good stuff. Try not to focus on the negative stuff all the time. Try to keep on that flow of thinking, okay, even if crinkly things come up, an issue with a workmate or whatever, try to find a couple of good things, a couple of things you're grateful for, because gratitude is love. And if you're finding those gratitude moments, then it's a hell of a lot easier to not be cranky with the people as much, you know. Some people, they're just here to grind your gears. They just are. And that's where you get to learn and remember those elements of allowance, of tolerance, that sort of thing. Thank you for the rose, Rick. Thank you. We've got mediumship. You have a natural ability to connect with departed loved ones. So that tells me that around this full moon, your loved ones are going to be knocking on the door a little bit louder this week. So don't be surprised if you start having some more dreams concerning your departed loved ones. You might find you see a few more feathers. You might smell their smell. I remember there was a gentleman who his name was Albie, and he helped teach ballroom dancing. And this is back when I was in primary school. And every now and then I'll smell his tobacco smoke, like his tobacco, because he used to smoke a pipe. Not very often, but every now and then I'll smell it and I'll go, oh, hi, Albie. And it's like, he's checking in on me. And I'm like, I don't know why you're checking in on me. You're not one of my family, but that's cool. Thank you. So these visits can happen from all sorts of people that you have known in your past. So, yeah. No. Hope you're feeling the love, Rick. Now, unfortunately, I don't have my yummy cards here today. They are at home being recharged in the smelly box. So we're just going to have to roll with it, I'm afraid. So how's that for good? So just remembering this week to come, we've got the sacral chakra, we've got earth angel, so it's about love. Remembering to talk about and find the love. We've got your third eye chakra. So don't be surprised if maybe you're feeling a little bit headachy. Sometimes drink some more water and just try and find those moments of love, of gratitude, and even for yourself. Find those moments of gratitude for yourself as well. And mediumship. So you're going to have some visits from your loved ones this week. Enjoy that. We've come out of our retrogrades, so we're all good for our Mercury retrogrades finished now. Obviously, the Venus one's done. That was done last week. So we get to just take a bit of a breath, I think. And there is something with Pluto and something else I can't remember. There's a lot going on this month at this time. Alrighty, my loves. So we have got quite a busy evening. We so far have Edwina, then Christine, then Tamara, and then Tony. So Edwina, could you please pop your question in the chat? How's everybody's week been? To be 47 again. I love it. I knew when I hit my 40s I was absolutely going to love them, and I just knew. I knew that there would probably be some rough bits in there, as there always is, but certainly just having the awareness that my 40s was probably going to be even better than my 30s. And so far it has absolutely been true. So, yay. That smiley floating down the river was from my nana. That's 3 times she has sent signs like that. I've been taking the time to connect with her more, so I look forward to more. Fantastic. I love that, Amanda. That was such a cool photo that you sent. I love that. It was just like, yes, such a fabulous sign. Yes, like, I think it has been a fabulous week so far. I mean, you used the word great. I'll use the word fabulous for you. All right, Adelina, thank you for your question. Now, everybody's really lovely out here. Really lovely. Went for a good walk yesterday, floated around, went up to the lookout, saw a really beautiful spot that lovely Rick hadn't even known about. So that was cool. So for those of you who didn't gather, Rick is my beautiful tour guide. And yeah, it's been a really nice time so far. Okay. Oh, there you are. Edwina's team took a bit longer to come in. I think it's because I'm all the way over in Uluru. I love it. What are you all doing for Easter? Because that's coming up. Oh, the weather's lovely, Amanda. It's sitting at around about 30, 32 in the day. It's a little bit, it's still warm, obviously. But thank goodness we've just come through a really, really hot summer. So it's kind of like I've just gone back a couple of weeks, really. And the nights have been nice. They've been sort of around 17-ish at night. So not too hot, not too cold, just lovely. I feel very, very fortunate that I've come up when I have. I'd certainly recommend, if you're going to come, to Uluru, definitely this time of year is really good. In that it's not too busy just yet. It's there's certainly people floating around, but it's not too busy, which is nice. As you may or may not know, I'm not really a huge gathering of lots of people person. Not these days. It's very challenging for me energetically, and I have to really bring out my tools when that happens. And being ambivert like I am, so you know how you have your extroverts and you have your introverts. Ambivert sits right in the middle, and so there are times when you will be like, blah, like I am on the show, and then there'll be times that I'll be just like, just observe, yeah. Yeah, and the sun's not as sharp as it is in Adelaide, interestingly enough. I find that the sun here, while obviously it's got a hot breeze to it, it's just not as cutting as Adelaide sun. Good old hole in the ozone and all. So I'm working with a very reduced amount of cards because cards are heavy. And I was overweight as it was, as it turned out. So I could have brought a few more packs, but no. We've got The Secret Language of Your Soul by Innocent Girl. So we have these cards for you, Miss Edwina. We've got Value Your Uniqueness, the world awaits you. One of the hardest things to do when you're on your journey is being able to recognize your own value. And sometimes, even when you've been on your journey for a long time, you might have moments where you forget that you are valuable and that your uniqueness is not a wrongness. Your uniqueness is beautiful. And I definitely, I know that this has possibly been a bit of a hard spot for you, my dear, to be able to sit back and go, yeah, these are my strengths and I'm not going to be apologizing anymore for them. These are the things, these are the attributes that make me unique, and I'm not going to apologize anymore. And that is something that's coming up for you with this card. It's like, value your uniqueness, because it's your beautiful combination of skills, of attributes, of talents, of your intuitiveness, your strengths, your empathic abilities, your empathy, that combined is a huge gift. And one of the most saddest things that we do is make ourselves wrong for any aspect of that. So your team is telling you to please stop. Please stop putting yourself down. Please stop devaluing yourself. Even as a joke, it's not a joke to your body. And it's time to stop doing that, okay? The next card that we've got is Learn to Nurture Yourself, Become the Love That You Deserve. All right? So again, this is coming back to the same message. You are being told to, or advised, encouraged is probably the better way to put it. It's really encouraged for you to start loving yourself even more than you already do. And that means putting yourself first. Even as a mom, even as a wife, it's like it's an employee, whatever, you actually have to put yourself first. One of the ways that I started doing this most recently was every time, especially when I was at home, every time I did something for someone else, I did something for me straight after. And it was like of an equivalent kind of a time frame. And that really helped shift some energy for me about feeling like, oh my God, I'm always doing everything for everybody else. Like, why? It's like, when is there going to be some nurturing for me? And so that was one of the things that I brought in and I just started playing with, is every time I do something for someone else, I do something for me. Whether that be going and having a nap, or going and doing something crafty, or, you know, just make myself a nice cup of tea, or whatever it is, and just pausing, just taking a breath even, you know, sitting down and reading a few pages of a book. It was all these little ways of being able to nurture myself, as well as doing all the things that I'm meant to be doing. Well, meant to be doing, okay? You have to open your mind and discover new ways of thinking. So sometimes we can get into a little bit of a rut, and we can kind of go, you know, this is the way it's always been, this is the way it's always going to be, and I have nothing new to learn. No, far, far, far from the truth. We can learn new stuff all the time. So I would highly encourage you to start reaching out to maybe a few of your people who read and find out what, or even to watch a movie or something like that. What is, maybe ask a question up on Facebook. What is the most inspiring thing you have read or seen lately? And see what that gives you, because you might find that there's some new concepts, some new ways of thinking, a new phrase, a heart-opening moment, a connection moment that will pop through for you. Okay, so discover new ways of thinking. There's always new stuff to learn. Always, always, always. When we join a new group, that's always going to bring you some new concepts. It's like when you go and join a new workplace, not every workplace is the same. And there's always new stuff to learn there too. That's cool. Even if you're in the same industry. Like when I was in childcare, and I did agency work for a year and a half, every single childcare was different. Culture was different in each one. Some of the rules were different. And it's good because it keeps you learning. All the children are different, obviously. Assimilate your experiences and incorporate and invigorate. Wow, invigorate. So assimilating your experiences. This is about getting to a point with your past that you've looked at it, you've sort of you don't necessarily have to pick it apart, but you have to make peace with it. You have to make peace with yourself. You have to make peace with your heart. And within that, you'll be able to get to a point where you can go, okay, it just feels neutral now. So they're asking you to have a look at a few more of those moments and just kind of get to a point where it's like calm again, okay? And you're at a neutral place with it. There's just a couple of little moments in there, I think, that are sticking out and as an interpersonal relationship thing. There's some generational trauma stuff sitting in there that is still asking to be looked at, seen and held and healed. What? The 3 H's. That was really hard to say. So yeah. And once you've assimilated those experiences, you'll be able to go, cool. All right. You're here to break those generational trauma traits. It's up to you whether you do it or not. Okay. And finally, for you, my love, we have transform your relationships, move on and move up. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean move on, move into things. What it does mean is that you have to release the stuff that's causing you pain. Release the elements. And if that happens to mean that a relationship has to end, then so be it. But sometimes we can actually just, if we're with the right people, it means that we have to let go of our anger, our rage, our disappointment, our what we call distracted moments, distractions, energies and emotions. And anger, rage, fury, hate, blame, shame, regret, guilt, all those sorts of things. And once you let go of the things like that and you make peace with it inside yourself, the relationship has the potential to change. But while we're still holding on to that resentment and all of that sort of stuff, the rejection, the resentment and all that sort of thing, nothing can change on either side because you're both fueling the same fire. So when you're with the correct sort of person, they'll work with you on that. They may not always understand, but they will work with you. But if they're not prepared to do that, then it is a move on sort of situation. Okay. All right, my love. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm also getting a lot of heart stuff for you just from here. I'm feeling it. So sending you lots and lots of love. Thank you so, so much for your very super kind donation. I hope that that helps somewhat. Let me just find one more card for you, actually. So there's one more card calling out. And I'm like, This is one of those moments where I'm like, I wish I brought my goddess pack, but I don't have it here. So I'm just going to choose one more card for you. A card that you're going to, like, it's going to be a color that you can work with. Okay. So at the moment, we've got all the colors happening from your reading. Red, orange, yellow, blue, green, more blue, indigo. There's green's missing, interesting. All right, we've got Pearl, which is connect to the divine. So this is telling me you have to connect to your divine feminine. Okay, you've been in your masculine for too long, and it's time to start doing some research on what divine feminine is and start looking at bringing that energy in through your world. So one of the big things with the divine feminine is that it's I actually learned this from a dom sub couple. The divine feminine is about receiving. So it's receiving in through your base, coming up and out through your heart. It's about taking in the energies, processing them through, and expressing it out through your heart, your voice, right? Divine. And so it's about that action, the moment of like receiving. It's our job to receive in, to make the miracle, and then it gets released, right? Masculine is going the opposite way. Okay, it's the doing, it's the action of bringing in. So, and it's the action of do and push, right? That's the very basic, simple terms of it. So when we're, as women, sitting in our divine masculine too much, because we have both, okay, there's a balance of both. When we sit in our divine masculine, we get very cranky very easily. We get very controlling. We can become control freaks. In fact, we can get really super pedantic. I know that my OCD side of me got really activated when I was sitting in my divine masculine, and which is great for now, because now I'm like, I float between between the two, and it's good. It's a good thing, right? And then there's moments where I go, oh, that's really activating my OCD right now. And I'm just like, okay, so what, if that's activating my OCD, what's going on here? What am I trying to control? And that's when I go, oh, I'm sitting in my masculine, right? So it's just be aware of that. Maybe start, if you would like to know a little bit more about the divine feminine and divine masculine polarity, I'll be able to probably find that video for you, and I can send that to you on a PM if you like later. But it's it's a really great piece of information. The audio is a little bit funky, but it's good information. So yeah, let me know if you would like me to send that to you. But thank you. Thank you so much for your beautiful, kind donation. I am so super grateful to have you here, Edwina, and I look forward to seeing you in shows to come, and stay in the chat and interact, and who knows, maybe you'll learn something. Cool. Send me a PM, darling, so I don't forget. Okay. Yeah, it's so interesting. Even if you're not into the dom sub type culture or kink or whatever you want to call it, even just learning about the divine feminine, divine masculine energies, it gives you a hell of a lot of information of how you function with it too. And it's like, oh, yeah, that resonates actually. I get it now. So yeah. How does it get any better? Right, now I'm going to just run up to the top here, just a little bit. Hand of it. Cool. That's perfect. Now I saw something. Amanda said that she was there in December last time. I almost melted and really had to do most exploring from the car. So I think you're talking about Adelaide. I have always said that the sun pierces through in Adelaide. It does. It's so harsh there. So harsh. Tony, I'm glad you're here with us, darling. Yay. How are you all? I got the time wrong. Just had daylight savings last week. Yeah, we're out of daylight savings now too. Thank God for that. Oh dear. Okay, tomorrow. Send me a PM and I'll find it for you. In fact, I'll just write it on my little piece of paper over here. I think it's in 2 parts, if I remember rightly. And the first, and like I said, the audio on it is a little bit, but it's all good. All right. Thank you, Edwina. Christine, I am going to grab, if I can see. Before I carry on to Christine, I have something a little bit special to show you guys. This, just before I came to start getting ready for the show and all, I was like, can we go up to the dunes again and go and sit and have a bit of chill out time? So I'm going to show you a wee video. There we go. So you got to see all sorts of different parts here. Of course, you got to see Uluru, you got to see the ogres, or what's the other name for it, please, Rick? Judah, I think. I'm sure he'll correct me in a moment. And there's, you saw a part of the village where the staff live, and yeah, the moon. Yay. Yay. I'm glad, Amanda. Judah. Yeah, did it right. Yay. Thank you. Yeah. It's beautiful, and I have to say, Amanda, the red of the earth is so red, like so red. Like I'm used to sort of the reddy brown of Adelaide, like yeah, that it's still very red compared to the soil that I grew up with. But man, oh man, the soil here, the sand dunes are just so incredibly red. It's crazy, crazy red. So that is pretty freaking cool. Let me just jump back up to Christine. Okay. All right. So Christine, you asked this question. Let me see which one. Which is the one? Okay. Okay. We have the Green Adventuring, which is the government blade. Let's see if I can do it from up here. Cool. Okay, Australia, yes, please. No. Thank you. Okay, truth. Is Miller Law going to assist Christine with a positive outcome in the case? It's hard for you guys to see probably, but that is a very slight yes. Okay. So I'm getting a yes. I'll ask the question slightly differently. So truth, is Miller Law, sorry, what, let me ask that again. Truth, what will it create for Christine if Miller Law is you on this case? I get that it's a positive creation, okay? So truth, does she require to get more data? No, I'm not getting a, that's a very firm no. Seems to be there's probably enough there. Probably enough there. So truth, does Christine have enough information to be having a successful outcome of this case? It's sitting very still now. So I'm like, another way of asking this. Christine, really scared as to this case that I need to get my mental health supervisor to assist. Yeah, you got to look after yourself too, darling. Truth. Does Christine require to prepare for if the case does not go well? So truth, will the case go Christine's way? That's a yes. Okay. So it's still a light yes. And with that, I'm getting that there's probably, it's going to go your way, but not as fully as you would like. That's what I'm kind of getting with all of that. It's like the case will flow in the right direction for you. But it's if you're looking for, you know, financial reparations and stuff like that, I don't know that you're going to get that. So just be aware that what you get is what you're going to get, and it doesn't mean you shouldn't fight for it. Fight for the outcome that you're after, but just be realistic, I think, a little bit too, that it may not go fully that way. Okay. Thank you so much for coming here and asking these questions, Christina. I really do love pulling the pendulum out for you. It's awesome. And I appreciate you choosing to come to Find Your Fridays to seek some help. And I hope that you feel a little bit better, because, you know, the people in here are really beautiful, and the energy is lovely, and I feel very grateful to have it. So thank you for being a part of that, Christine, and sending you lots and lots of love and hugs. And I know that this is a really super challenging time for you and your family. So keep it chin up, take care of yourself, take care of your own mental health, make sure you're doing nice nurturing things for you too. Okay. All right. Tamara, you are my next beautiful being who has donated tonight. Thank you so much. Let us, if you could pop your question in the chat, that would be amazing. So yes, as Rick said, that was from a sand dune that the residents use, and it's like you go up onto this little, it's not far, and my legs have certainly had a bit of a workout going up them. I'm used to doing lots of things. I'm used to steps, I'm used to stuff. I'm not used to walking on sandy hills. It uses a whole different set of muscles. And so, yes, I've been getting a good amount of exercise while I'm here, and it's been really lovely. But yeah, the sand dune, oh my gosh, it is just gorgeous. And I love how the light plays and all that sort of stuff. Tomorrow, I am so excited because I'm going to get to go on the sunrise tour, and maybe a few other little freebie things that they run throughout the day as well. So that's pretty cool. And I'm really looking forward to tomorrow. And then tomorrow night, we're going out to dinner. And it's going to be just so super cool, super special. So what a way to bring in my 47th year. And something on a completely different note. At the Adelaide airport, it's really dumb in the elevator. They have the ground floor that you come in on, like when you get dropped off with a shuttle or a taxi or your loved ones or whatever, right? And then you have to go up a floor to be able to get to your departures, which is fine, absolutely fine. But in the lift, it says 0 is the ground floor and 1 floor up is floor 2. It's the second floor. Where's floor 1? It's like, how does that work here? And there is no 1 on the buttons either. It's like 0 and 2. I'm like, this is wacky. Like, so super wacky. But I don't mind the Adelaide airport. It's fairly easy to find your way around and stuff. So to get here, I had to go from Adelaide to Brisbane, Brisbane over to Uluru, because there is no direct flight from Adelaide to Uluru. Yes, I could have taken a direct flight to Alice Springs, but then I would have had to take the bus. And I was like, because that's probably about a 5 or 6 hour bus ride. And I'm like, why would I want to do that when I can just have the comfort of being in an aeroplane for 7 hours? So, yeah, just feel very, very, very lucky that I got to come in that way. We had a roughly 3 hour layover in Brisbane, which was fine. It was nice, you know, it wasn't too long. I've had way longer layovers than 3 hours, so 3 hours was quite nice. You didn't feel like, even if it was the plane was slightly late coming in, you didn't feel like you were going to miss it or anything. So that's pretty cool. Oh, Amanda. So yeah, Brisbane is fine. I don't love transiting through Melbourne. Mind you, I haven't done a domestic transit in Melbourne. I have had to do domestic to international, and I hated it. I've done it a couple of times over there, and I've really, really not enjoyed it. So Melbourne's not my favourite airport, and that's where I'll be going back through. So it's the Harry Potter floor. I agree. So tomorrow, yes, Adelaide Airport is bloody strange. Amanda, well, you're actually bringing in your 48th year, because your age U-turn is how long you've already lived. Thank you, darling. Yes. And as I had this conversation with Rixie, I said that too. Yes, you did. And I said, well, in that case, I'm turning 48 plus 9 months. Because if we're going to get pedantic like that, then we may as well start from the very beginning of Spark of Life. But yes, I think I'll stick with 47, thanks. True. I hadn't considered that, Rick. That'll be like a floor for something else that's not for the public, I guess. So like some hotels in Melbourne, those floors are a different business. Yes, quite possibly. Tamara, darling, did you put your question in the chat? Oh, there it is. Cool. Thank you. Sorry, I missed it. Didn't scroll it very enough. Okay. I'm sorry, Melinda. I'm having to hotspot. So I have got everything turned off that I can possibly turn off. I'll just double check. Set that one. Cool. Hopefully that's a little bit better. I'm sorry, Melinda. I have to slow down my words. Rick, I think you've got an unfair advantage on that one. Interesting. Alrighty. Oh yeah, everybody else has been fine. Maybe it's your end, Melinda. Oh. Oof, there's some big energies coming through tomorrow. Okie dokie. Oops. Keep it going in. This is a really interesting reading tomorrow. Oh dear. Oh, I know, Amanda. I was like, it's the red lamp. Like, I was just like, yeah, definitely. That's so appropriate. But it's for the people who are watching that have never been to Uluru. Seriously, this color that you're seeing on the screen, well, what I'm seeing on the screen, and I'm sure what you guys are seeing is something similar. It's very like this upper part here. That's the brightness, the deepness of red of these sands. It is crazy how red the sands are. It's like even the red that's in the feathers, that's coming off of the feathers right now. It's like that. It's just so beautiful, and it's like, and the way that the grass is, and it was a lot more green here than I thought it would be. I was expecting like just sand, but no, there's a lot of grasses, there's a few trees, there's like short bushes and things, and I've seen a gecko or a lizard. Gecko, it would have been a gecko. What else have I seen? Not much. Big funny hornet thing. I saw the what did we call them? The peewee, the mudlark, or the magpie lark. That was funny, and even more funnier to realize it was actually a female, and it was there. It was like telling Rick off while he was building, or telling him what to do with building his pond. It's like, oh, you're so funny. Peewees. All right, Tamara, back to your reading. So before I even tackle this, I'm going to tell you what I'm feeling, because I'm a kinesthetic healer. So quite often when I'm doing readings, I get stuff that comes through my body. And what I'm feeling from you is you're being a lot up in your head, a lot up here. You're trying to work the stuff out. And yeah, and you're just, it's almost like you're top heavy with how much you've been up here trying to work stuff out from a logical point of view. And you're doing really well with it, by the way, because your very first card is the King of Swords. And we know that the King of Swords is all about intellect and mind and mastery over your intellect. So you're doing really well. And in doing what you're doing, all that working shit out, being in your masculine flow, which is why it's the King of Swords that's come out. Because when you're in your up here doing all this thinky stuff, you're very much in your masculine flow at the minute. It's asking you, I think your team is sort of indicating that you might require to just soften that a little bit, bring in some nice nurturing feminine stuff for you to nurture your body, because we can't be all up here all the time, especially as women, because we get way too top heavy, and it's not good. So know that you're doing well, but at the same time, just be aware that there is some stuff that you're going to have to know, because the next card is actually this one, which is the Five of Swords, and it is upside down. So as we know, the Five of Swords, it's all about looking at winning the game. It's winning against your opponents. And so what I'm actually getting off of this one for you, what I'm getting with this one for you is that all of the struggle has been done, right? It's like, this is why it's upside down. If it was this way, it'd be like you're still in the fight, you're still in the struggle, you're still in the trying to prove yourself, you're still trying to prove that you've got all the answers and you've got all the swords and blah, 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 right? But with it being upside down, it's basically telling me you've done the hard yards and it's time to just sort of let things flow now. You've done the background, you've done the hard work, and it's time to let things flow, because now we can flip it upside down. So you can allow the flow to come down and through you, softening, as we said, right? So that's that. Your next card is also inverted, and it's actually the Justice card. How interesting, right? So I'm going to lean into some questions here of questions/clearing a little bit. Everywhere that you've decided that you are wrong, and everywhere that you've decided you are right, would you be willing to let that go? Are you willing to just be in the moment and allow your feminine masculines to balance back out again? Because that's a big part of justice, right? It's about balancing the right, the wrong, the good and the bad, the masculine, the feminine, the polarity, blah, 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 blah. So your justice is upside down right now. So that's kind of telling me things are a little bit out of balance. Again, it's coming back to this heavy masculine card at the start. So if there's some, I'm actually getting this is also to do with past workplaces. It's time to let it go. Whether things felt mismanaged or let go unreasonably or something like that. It's like, there might be some stuff there. Just, again, it sort of runs in line with the upside down swords card. It's kind of like, this is stuff to let go of. It's stuff to just kind of go, okay, I can make peace with that now. And even if it's a case of doing like Ho'oponopono on it, so that's that phrase of going, everything that is within me that has activated you, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. And I love you. Okay. Cool. All right. So it is about that. When we get stuck in our rightness, It can prevent us from moving forward. And interestingly, like I said, this is a really fascinating reading for you. We've got the Queen of Pentacles, and she's looking lovingly at her money. But interesting with this one is that it's almost like she's looking to the past because the way it came out in the reading. And what I'm seeing with her is that with you being a little bit stuck in that masculine flow, she's holding on to her money a little bit too tight. Okay. And the feeling that I was actually getting off of this one is she's a little bit sad. So have a look and do some processing around those elements of being potentially a little bit sad and a little bit disappointed. Maybe there's a little bit of rejection, a little bit of rejection energy sitting in there. So just do some work with that. And I know you know lots of tools and skills and stuff anyway. So this Pentacles energy is coming your way. It's upright. Okay, it's not like it's falling out of her hands by being upside down. It's upright. And she is very much wishing for you to have everything you desire. But it's like while you're looking to the past and in the anger and resentment and all that sort of stuff, it's not going to help. Okay? So let's make this nice and abundant for you and do that little bit of healing work on those past relationships, etc. Now, this one has me a little bit stumped initially. So let's just talk and see what happens. It's upside down. And I double checked it. And with it being wands, our wands are our fire energies. And the wand is obviously, it's to do with our spiritual development. It's to do with having that connection, that beautiful flow. Pentacles is earth energy. Swords is air. This is fire. And because cups is water. Okay. So the wand's energy here being upside down, I think it's saying the same thing. You're allowing your head to be heavier than your spiritual knowing. You're still trying to think things out. Everything's really heavy. This is what I see with the earth being above you. It's like everything's really, really heavy up here. And this growth is going to be hindered if you don't turn it up the other way. So as you know with tarot, one of the cool things about tarot is that if you get a reverse card, even if you get an upright card, to be able to turn it the other way, there's always hints in there. Alright? So with this one, I see when we turn it up the correct way, I see there's a lot of growth. So it's like, it is very timely that you come back to your heart, you come back to your feminine flow, you start really grounding again. So that was the other thing with this one, is that this is grounding. He's right on the earth. He's got your feet on the ground. And it's time to breathe. Maybe do some more breathing, meditation type stuff. A bit more breath work is what that's called. And just allow yourself to let go. That was the other thing I was getting. Just let go. Let it breathe. Okay. Let your creations breathe a little bit more. And let the past go. Like just let it. Because I'm also getting some low back stuff, which is for me, lets me know that you're not necessarily feeling overly supported in your new ventures, but it's like this card here also shows these little boats. And it's like the excitement of seeing the new things coming in. It's like, oh, what is this going to hold? So that's how you can take it from being here to here, is the excitement. Bring yourself back to that excitement. Bring yourself back to that delicious, that feminine, that wonderment of why you're doing what you're doing in the first place right now. It's not about all the logistics. It's not about trying to get the numbers right. It's not about any of that. It's about coming back to that place of joyousness for you and the place of just fun and excitement. So, what a very interesting reading. That was fun. Thank you. Thank you, Tamara, for choosing Find You Fridays. Thank you for choosing us. Thank you for your very kind donation. I'm so grateful to have you here and enjoying this moment with us from Uluru. Thank you to Uluru for bringing the energies through as well. I'm so grateful. So grateful. So thank you. Mwah. Alrighty, we have Tony. Can you please pop your question in the chat, please? Oh, dearie me. Okie dokie, Tony. How's everything going with your Give a Little page? I have been keeping a little eye on how you've been going, but maybe the beautiful people in here might like to know about it too. You're more than welcome to put the link into here, so for those of you who don't know, beautiful Tony has been basically confined to her room for 2 years. She is in a, I'm going to say, retirement base, aged care facility, and because of requiring to have oxygen through the tube in the nose, she's stuck in her room all the time. And it's basically been 2 years. So, oh, wonderful. That's so good. So just a little donation really does make a massive difference. You get enough little donations and hello, you've reached your target. So Tony would really love to be able to get out and go to the gardens in Hamilton and go and see people and have a cup of tea with her friends, with her daughter, I think, as well. Your daughter lives close-ish, doesn't she? But even that, just being able to go out to the Hamilton Gardens and sit there and enjoy the greenery and the birds and all, just like, wow. So yeah, please, Tony, put the link in the chat and so that people can donate if they wish. So thank you. So we wish to get her a portable oxygen tank so she can go out and leave her room. All right, let's see. A general reading for Tony, please, with cards. Okay, thank you. Oh, your daughter is in Perth. Wow. Get these cards out ready and then, yeah, absolutely beautiful soul. Really beautiful soul. And just Yeah. There's been a lot going on in her world, as you guys know. So. So Christine, hang on a second. That's right on my eyeballs. Let me see if I can see more by my big PayPal, because when you put your questions in the thing, I can't actually see them on my phone very well. So let me see if I can see more detail. Oh, no, come back. Yeah, I can see more detail over there. Thank you, Tony. Amanda went for a swim in the Murray River tonight. Beautiful. You really feel the energy of the water and the land in there. There's not much swimming happening there unless you go in the pool. But I am a rivers girl, that's for sure. Of course, it's okay to ask for a general reading, Tony. Of course. I was waiting for you to come back. Good night, Tamara. Okay, Tony, let's have a look at your cards. All right. Rick says, my mum lives on the Murray at Cobram. 5 minutes walk to the river. Yes, it's majestic. I've only seen a tiny bit of the Murray in like different spots. But yeah, I've seen it at is it Swan Reach? I've of course seen it down in Murray Bridge, being Murray Bridge and all. Been there a couple of times, so I've seen it from that end. Yeah, I feel like there's a place, maybe Swan Reach or something like that. Yeah. All right, Miss Tony. We have here awaken your passion, and it's burgundy. So what I was getting when I looked at your cards is continue to feed the energy. Continue to feed the energy of passion into your Give a Little page, right? And the rest of these cards are going to make more sense as to why this one's come up, because the rest of them are, especially the last two, are very much about being mindful of your energies when you are approaching your Give a Little page. If it's to check on it or anything like that, it's like just keep remembering the reason why you created it in the first place. Okay? So, Christine, you'll be able to catch the replay. It's fine. Yeah. So please remember why you did that. Okay. The reason is you're going to be strengthening your body. Okay. This is part of your aim for being able to get out and about, right? So just keep that really forefront in your mind. Your passion, strengthening your body, you're getting out, you're going to be able to go to the gardens, you're going to be able to do all these different things. There's going to be an element of healing with all of this, which is why my healing bar is now going off. It's most fun. So just keep that really, really front of your mind. The reason why I'm saying these things is because we got the lilac card, which is about strengthening your faith. Okay, so when you look at the numbers, be grateful. Do not for an instant, not for a moment, judge how much is there or not there, especially at these beginning stages. You are going to have to keep the faith that everything will work out. And you're going to have to keep really in your heart and keep open. Okay? This is why I'm saying these first two cards are a very strong message to say, remember why you created it in the first place. It's not about judging people for not contributing to you and to your cause. The right people will contribute. The ones that aren't ready or able or whatever will not. Forget about the ones that can't at the moment. They may in time. You know, maybe they're in a big bills week and they can't contribute this week. And they're too, a little bit embarrassed to tell you. Okay? So just please be very, very, very careful before you even open anything to do with your Give a Little page. Be very, very mindful of where your head's at. Drop into gratitude first. You can use one of our fun little phrases of how does it get any better than that? I'm so grateful for everything that I've gotten. I'm so grateful for every cent that I've received. Be excited about 5 cents or $1 as you are about $500. Keep that level of energy up, because that level of energy will attract more to come to you. Okay? And as you do that, you're going to find your creativity is going to keep flourishing as well. So be creative on how you speak about it with other people. Be creative with how you put it out onto social media. And you'll get there. I do believe that you will be successful. It's going to take a little bit of time, but you'll get there. Okay? So just keep that in mind before you touch anything. If you're feeling a little bit down, a little bit cranky, a little bit, don't touch it. stay away until you get yourself back into that positive space and frame of mind. Breathe through and then open it up. Okay? Yeah. Sometimes we can have these little sneaky thoughts coming in of, oh, why hasn't that person donated? Oh, I thought they might have donated by now. Surely they can afford $5. So just be aware of that. Okay? At the end of the day, I get the feeling you're going to have great success. But hey, you know what? Maybe you are creative and you've just not realized it yet. So, yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Thank you so much for your kind donation, Tony. Thank you for tuning in. I am so grateful for you. And I look forward to hearing more about where you're at, how you're going, and I look forward to being able to continue to contribute energy towards it for you. Okay, I adore you. Thank you. Mwah. Alrighty, now Christine has asked a bunch of questions. And so I know she said that she's just gone off to work. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the pendulum on them. Don't know if I can actually copy and paste them into the chat. So okay. Figured it out. Figured it out. Okay. This was the first question. Oh, let's come back to the pendulums. Okay. So this is for Christine. Okay. The journey, yes. Show me the moon. Make it a bit longer. Okay, truth. Christine's team wish to get her mother's estate straightened out with the lawyers so she can repair the roof. That's a yes. Yep, it's a very good yes. All right. Let's see what the next question was. Okay. Here's the question for the next one. All right. So for those who are watching or maybe just listening, she wishes to know if her team wishes her to go back to mental health therapy, take the NMHCE test, and Adams as my supervisor to become active again. So history-wise, for those of you who didn't know, she was actually just doing studies last year, I think. But with everything that's been going on with the family, she's kind of let her studies slip. So basically, it's truth. What will it create if Christine goes back to doing her mental health therapy studies? That's a yes. Truth, what will it create if she does the NMHCE test? And Adams, or whatever that is. So she can become active again. Interesting. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's actually going around in circles. Like really strongly around in circles. So it's yes to going back into the mental health therapy. So let me just break down the next part. So truth, what will it create if she goes and takes the NMHCE test? That's very much a straightforward yes. And then, and Adams as my supervisor become active again. Interesting. That's the no. So what about the Adams? Adams to become and Adams as my supervisor to become active again. I don't understand that. Whatever that is, I don't understand, but it's a no. So the NMHCE test is a yes, but the Adams as my supervisor to become active again, no. That's a no. I don't know what that means, but there you go. And then there was one more. Last one. So truth, what will it create if Christine reports this to the hotline? Truth, will it affect the court case if she does so? So truth, what will it create in 1,000 years if Christine reports to the hotline about what is happening with her dad? Truth, would it negatively affect the outcome of the case? Maybe. So it wasn't a yes, wasn't a no, it was sort of like a little bit of a circle. So I would guess for you, Christine, that I would just keep everything documented and just leave the court case as it is for now. Let it go, let it run its course, and just do what you got to do. There's obviously other people in this mix that are not on the same wavelength as you, and that is creating a lot of issues. So it's a very complicated case, and I'm sorry. All right, that is enough of all of that. Thank you, everybody, for your very kind donations. Thank you for tuning in. I am going to now do a bit of a meditation, and yeah, this is why I don't like when people go and put the questions in the chat in the PayPal. It's like, oh my god. So that's why I asked for you guys to put them in the chat. It just makes things a lot easier for everybody. All right. So, interesting. I didn't even get my poetry out. Interesting. So we're going to do meditation now. We're going to be, playing with the energies of Lorene and just tapping into this big, beautiful red earth that we have here today under my feet and in between my toes. and then we'll be going for the evening. Okay. So, excuse me. Let me have a quick drink of water. Right. Do you want to come in?
Are you Lorene?
Yes, I am. All right. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Down. You say hi.
Hello, beautiful souls. How are you?
Hope you're doing well.
I hope you're doing well. We are. Just wanted to say hello.
All right. He's got his 2 minutes of fame. Now he can go watch himself be on the screen. Yes. That's Mr. Rick. It made him look very dark. All the lighting is for me. I'm the spotlight. All right, so let's do our meditation now. Taking a big deep breath in. Head out. Relaxing our bodies. Taking another big deep breath in. Bringing Mother Earth energy all the way up through your body. Breathing out, bringing Father Sky energy all the way down. And that beautiful Mother Earth energy all the way up. All those sandy soils all the way up through your body. Unconditional love. And then Father Sky all the way down. With the gratitude for everything and everyone. Now expanding out your awareness. You know how to do this by now. Expanding out your awareness in a lovely big bubble up into the sky and down into the earth. Out beyond the size of the country. Out beyond the size of the planet. Out beyond the size of the solar system. Expanding out your awareness in a big, big bubble. Out beyond the size of the galaxies. And now out beyond the size of the universes. Beautiful. Now focusing on your body once more, grabbing your sense of allowance. Remembering that the allowance, as you expand it out, takes you from being a tight, contracted little pebble at the bottom of a raging river of everybody else's thoughts, feelings, and emotions, including anger, rage, fury, hate, and judgment, and all that sort of stuff, and takes you to being a nice, beautiful, fluffy cloud, just floating along. And you see that raging river of everybody else's thoughts, feelings, and emotions, and you can see it for exactly what it is. It's just energy. And you get the power to choose. The power to choose whether you contribute to that or not. Just taking a nice big deep breath. Then expanding out your allowance beyond your body. In a big bubble up into the sky and down into the earth, expanding out your allowance beyond the building that you're in, beyond the country, beyond the planet, beyond the solar system, expanding out your allowance. Beyond the galaxies, beyond the universes, obviously beyond the moon. Already done that. And now I'd like you to imagine that you're here with me. And we're going to walk barefoot on this beautiful red soil, the red sands of Lorene. And as the sands move slightly between your toes, standing your feet red, you're walking with ease up along the sand dunes, over towards the rock. Because we're in this space, we can do it with ease and quickly. One step is the equivalent of 5 or 10. We're walking together. And as we approach Uluru, you can feel the vibration coming from the land. moving up through your feet. You feel the energy rolling through your torso, feel it in your heart. You may even start to hear the clack, clack, clack of the talking sticks of the Aboriginal peoples. You may feel or hear the vibration of the didgeridoo, and the voices of the ancient ones who were here many, many, many years beforehand, who knew this land as sacred land. And as we stand here in awe, absorbing and allowing that energy to move through us, we give great thanks to the past ancestors of this area. Not only the Aboriginal people, but the ones before that and before that and before that. We give thanks to the people who are here now as the custodians of this land. We give thanks to the knowledgeable people here, continuing to share the stories, the legends, the information of the plants, of the birds, of the wildlife. Tapping into the earth now. I'd like you to now imagine that you have some form of gift from home, from wherever you are in the world, something that is special for you, something that reminds you of home, a piece of a plant, or a bird, a feather that has been gifted to you. Energetically see that in your hands now. This is your offering to Uluru in thanks for our presence tonight. Gently bring down and place your offering on the ground so that it may be received by Uluru and the ancestors. And as you do so, you may be feeling some downloads coming through. If your head gets suddenly a little bit itchy, there's some beautiful downloads, a gift from the rock back to you. You may or may not understand what those messages are just yet. That's okay. They will come. They will clarify in the days or the weeks to come. For now, receive with full thanks and gratitude. And taking a big deep breath in. A second, and you gently move back away from the rock. Just stepping backwards, bowing your head in reverence for the energy, the time, the connection. now as we all come together in a circle of our own, come together holding each other. Feel that energy moving around and through you, through all of you, this shared experience of being the moon, feeling the earth beneath your feet, and the contribution to your healing and your spiritual knowledge. Something special just for you. Now moving back, taking all of that information, moving away from the circle. You're now instantly transported back to your home, back to your body, right where you are now, where you are sitting in your light. And now imagine that you're underneath a big, beautiful, crystalline waterfall. And anything of those full moon energies that you're willing to let go of now can all be released down through the water, through your body, down into the big pool that is in front of you. And now you're standing on a big, warm river well. And as you stand on this big, warm river well, you're feeling the unconditional love coming up from Mother Earth. As you look up, you see Lorene in the distance, bathed in full moonlight, looking glorious and majestic and magical. Still gifting you energy and beauty from this distance. And you smile. And as you turn slightly, about 45 degrees, 90 degrees, you see Katarzyna. And you feel the energy of Katarzyna running through you as well. Young sun hero. Whatever messages or energies Katarzyna also wishes to give to you, please feel free to receive them now. Even from this distance, that's totally possible. Taking a big deep breath in and breathing out. Another big deep breath in, and another energy all the way up through your body. As you breathe out, breathe Father Sky energy all the way down. And Mother Earth and the unconditional love all the way up. Father Sky and the gratitude for everything and everyone all the way down. Once again, thank you to the room, Katarzyna, the ancestors. I'm grateful for you and grateful for the contribution that you made for us today. When you're ready, open your eyes. Have a wee drink of water. I don't know about you guys, but I've got a lot of information coming through here, which is my family structure. So there's a lot of energy going. So, yay. Amanda. It truly is just so beautiful out here, and I feel very grateful that I'm here. I feel grateful to be given this opportunity, this possibility to be here. It is a place I've wished to visit for a long time. So, and I'm very much just so grateful to be here. I don't actually really need to do a lot of the touristy stuff. It's more the energy of the place, and that's so important to me. So, yes, very strong. I know, so strong. It's just like woof. And I was like, oh gosh, the full moon and the Uluru and all of that was to be included as well. It's like, okay, well, we're kind of at the grounding part, but all right, we'll go there too. You just got to do what you got to do. Follow the energy. So enjoy. Take things easy. Remember, for us in the Southern Hemisphere, we're coming into autumn. So this is about just slowing things down slightly, becoming prepared for the winter months. But it is about just taking it a little bit more easy. Okay, and for you in the Northern Hemisphere, you're ramping up. Enjoy the spring energies. Alrighty, my lovely ones. I am going to run away now. Thank you again for being here, for enjoying this very, very special session show from Uluru, and I'm going to show you that video once more, and then we'll do the nighttime one, the goodbye. Okay, so feel free to enjoy.